Hi, welcome to the first edition of Stories from the View. Stories from the View. All right. So this is a practice podcast. I'm Don Mackey from LCAT, and I'm here with Sarah Krauser, student intern from Minnetonka High School, Eric Elmendorf, Aaron Kobler, and Mary Caplin. So this is our first effort to see if we can make this thing work. We've got it set up, and we're basically just doing an audio test, but here we are. So Mary, you're at the other microphone. Thanks for coming and being part of this. You didn't know what you were getting yourself into.
I did not, but I am here at this historic moment.
It is historic. It is historic. So I'll just turn a question back to you that you put on me a few minutes ago. What's the news of the world?
At this point, I think the Pleasantveiw Center is chock full of stories. And there are even more stories out in our community, how our seniors have been places, done things, and accomplished things in their lives. And I'm hoping this podcast will be able to share some of those great stories with our community.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there are a lot of stories to be told, and certainly lots of people here who I think are a rich resource for the bigger community and certainly for young people. One of the things you regret as, your parents age and they tell you stories throughout your whole childhood about things that they remember from their childhood. And then you get to the point where you say, gosh, I wish I had recorded some of that. I wish I had a way to preserve those stories, like in my mother's voice or my father's voice. And in a way, that's what this is for. So, I hope it's cool. So now I'm going to give up my chair and make Eric come over here because he's a seasoned radio guy.
Do we applaud again?
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay, well, thanks, Don. As Don would say, I think that this is a great opportunity here for people to just come in here and talk, and to just talk about their lives and maybe some of the experiences that they've had here. At the Pleasantveiw Senior Center, I think that there is a lot of opportunity for people to be able to come in here in a comfortable atmosphere and to just be able to talk about those types of experiences that they've had. I know that since I've been doing some work here for the Senior Center, I've been amazed at the friendly atmosphere that there is here. It's a very comfortable place, a very safe place, I think, for people to be able to come into. And there are a lot of people who come in here every single day. And then there are some people who just occasionally drop in. But that's what really makes for part of the great atmosphere that happens here. And there's great leadership here at the center. And that really provides, again, for a comfortable atmosphere here. So I know that my experience has been very, it's really helped me personally a lot. So, and I don't know what kind of experiences that you've had here, Mary, but I kind of have a feeling that you feel the same way.
Absolutely. I think Pleasantview is a tremendous resource. And in a way, even though we're out here on North Main Street, we're kind of a hidden gem. No one knows what happens behind these walls, but it really is a wonderful place and a wonderful opportunity. And so many different things happen in this building. And as you say, people come for different reasons.
And I think that I'm hoping that we'll be able to gather some life stories from people to just be able to come in here and talk about their lives, and to be able to talk about coming in here and having pleasant experiences and fellowship and making new friends and enjoying a meal together, maybe, or anything that goes on here, because I really do think that it enriches the lives of the people who come in here.
Well, Eric, I have an ulterior motive, and I'm going to confess this now because this is a practice podcast, that I have never experienced a podcast. So I am hoping by participating here, we'll be able to introduce others in our community to this technology and this resource. There's nothing like knowing a friend, a neighbor, a relative is on a podcast that you might want to click on and see what they say. And that could open up a whole new world of other resources and learning.
Yeah, I think that learning is a lot of what this can really be about, and sharing those experiences with the audience, is just it's going to be enriching for the individual. It's going to be enriching for everybody in the senior center and in town, and for the whole world. So I think that it's really going to be a great opportunity, and we're hoping that people here in town will take advantage of this opportunity to be able to come in and just talk and talk and talk. We're not limited by the amount of time that we take in order to be able to talk about things. We're not limited by the subject matter, although, leave some of your personal stuff, certainly to keep it to yourself, please. But otherwise, I'm going to be very interested in hearing myself about people's lives and living here in town and the experiences of life. I'm hoping that people will talk about those things.
Sounds like a plan.
So, Stories from the View. That's the name of this thing. So, thank you. Thanks, Mary.
Thank you, Eric.